I want to show you. This is a seasoning called Slap Your Mama. So you say, well, James, you'd do anything to win. You had this wonderful relationship with your mother, mutual idolatry, which a lot of mothers and sons have in Louisiana. In the documentary, and would you slap your mama to win an election? Of course I would. And you know what else? If I told my mama, I got to slap you to win. And she said, son, is that going to help you close the sale? I said, yes, ma'am. She said, go ahead and slap me. Go ahead and slap me. You do anything you can to win.
Newt Gingrich is the former Speaker of the House. So, Speaker, when you see Democrats come and do shows and confess their sins after a loss, is this what normal campaigns do?
Well, sure. I mean, look, all of these folks are out there, not counting James Carville, who I've known and loved for years. He's one of the great characters in American politics. These other folks, they all are just totally at the end of their career. If they can't find a way to spin their way out of this, all of them are going to the nursing home or to some retirement village because they failed. And they didn't fail just modestly. They took $1 billion plus, threw it all away, had the dumbest possible scheduling, but around, frankly, a pretty dumb candidate. And the net effect is, and some of these folks I know personally are very smart, but they got caught up in a cycle where they all look now like they're complicit in what was one of the dumbest races in American history.
Why are they talking about, Rogan or the spending? Joe broke the bank and he broke the border, and any Democrat was going to lose this race. Why don't they talk about what got him into this mess in the first place?
Because then they wouldn't be Democrats. Look, the great crisis of the Democratic Party is their policies.
Yeah.
Everything they really need to do to be acceptable, this will come up in 2026 in the off-year election. If these folks cannot get rid of being who they are, they're going to, I think, lose again in 26 in a historic election such as FDR had in 1934. And the reason's simple. The country doesn't want their policies. The country doesn't believe in their values. And the country thinks they can't perform. Now, the challenge for the Democrats is this is not a communications issue. It's not a better advertising issue. It's not a smarter candidate issue. The problem is the core of the Democratic Party has drifted away from America. And today, they're confronted with the reality that Donald Trump represents the values of the core of the American people, and they don't.
Can they change their values at 50, 60, 70 years old?
Well, sure, they can do almost anything if they're desperate enough. I mean, it took the Republicans, about 70 years to recover from Franklin Roosevelt.
Oh, God.
But they eventually did.
70
with
years.
Reagan.
70 years in the wilderness. You're getting my hopes up, Speaker.
Yeah. No, look, I don't, they're not quite, people need to understand this. This is not over. They're still a live force. They still have huge resources. But here's their problem. They're going to have two wings of the party. You heard Bernie Sanders. He's prepared to start a new party. So you're going to have all of the really radical left saying, we're not going to budge, we're not going to change. The problem is the American people don't understand us, but if we browbeat them, they'll go along. And then you're going to have sort of a survival wing of the party that says, what is it Donald Trump wants me to say? Because I'd like to live to fight in the future. Those two wings are going to come right together in a collision that's going to take place over the next 2 or 3 years. And it's very fundamental. I mean, are you for transgender males in sports or not? Are you for tax increases or not? You go right down a list of things, and the party is going to be split deeply about core values.
All right, and we sure know they're willing to do anything to win, even slap your mama, as James Carville said. What a character.
That's right.
Newt Gingrich, have a great Thanksgiving. Enjoy. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.